spirit is undulled by bureaucratic monotony.
Coffee, sir.
I think that could do with a refill as well.
It's dead, sir.
Maybe sleeping.
You got the vehicle log, Cath?
Yeah.
Everything all right, sir?
You first.
Well, I'm looking forward to counting panda miles. Everything all right in there?
It's the only actual police work I do. Living vicariously through the hieroglyphical illiteracy of the relief has entered into the occurrence book.
Well, never mind, sir. You've got a week off soon. Can learn some more big words.
Yeah, a week off with all of £3.71 tax rebate to enjoy it with. Might just have enough to buy some new batteries for my transistor radio.
Eh?
I listen to Brain of Britain in the shed. It impresses Sandra when we listen to the repeat.
That's cheating.
That may be so, but for a few brief moments she thinks I'm the winner she married. And so do I. Excuse me. Oh, God. Your mental faculties have returned to their razor-sharp incisiveness. Your spirit is undulled by bureaucratic monotony. You are wholly stimulated. Your interesting world awaits.
Can I help you, sir?
Charles Arthur Cullen. I just found this in a shop doorway about 30 minutes ago.
Sarge.
My first thought was to take it, but conscience and honour dictated I turn it in. What? £500,000?
£500,000?
Conscience and honour.
Charles Arthur Cullen. Just standing there in a shop doorway. Suitcase.
Could be forgeries.
I'm no expert.
Tastes genuine.
Where exactly are you claiming to have found this?
A shop doorway.
Where was the shop doorway?
Right in front of the shop, as you go in.
No, he means what street?
A hairdresser's facade, opposite an off-licence. Rambling Road, with a W. I was in the car, I saw the off-licence, and I stopped off to pick up a bottle of something for Mum. And there it was. I picked it up. It felt heavy. I thought, hello, that's heavy. I looked inside. I just looked, I didn't touch any of it. I've heard of the prosperous South. I'd no idea they just left it lying about.
And you didn't touch it?
I knew if I did, some of it would probably end up in my pocket. I told the manager of the off-licence I'd better declare it somewhere, just in case anyone came back for it. He gave me directions out of the place, and I drove it here. Took me 15 minutes to move it over from the car.
That would make it about 35 minutes ago, then, that you found the suitcase.
I still can't believe it.
Can I suggest that we worship in private?
Charles Arthur Cullen.
Oh, Reginald Percival Hollis.
Gary McCann.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you both.
Sir, Peter, sir.
You're from up north?
Down for Mum's birthday. 87 on Friday. She came back down here after Daddy died, 40 years ago. Hilbert Gardens, 47. Imagine, the very same house she was born in.
And that's where you're staying?
I'll go back after the weekend. I thought I'd catch a few shows, see a few friends, you know, before they die. Which reminds me, I parked the Jag on a meter. If there's any chance of organising a swift bank count and a receipt, I'll be off. I'm very grateful.
Ah, you're aware of the drill, then?
Surely the drill's dictated by common sense.
And one that's going to take rather longer than you'd planned. With this amount of money, we need to verify a total here before we take it to the bank.
That's a lot of counting.
Well, you shouldn't have found so much money.
Oh, may I?
Yes, of course.
Bunions.
Look, if this is genuine and, as far as we can tell, legitimate, and no claim has been made by any verifiable owner within 6 months, the money is legally yours. Until then, it'll be kept in our superintendent's safe. As I recall, Rampling Road's quite a dump. I wouldn't have thought it was your sort of neighbourhood.
You're right there, very bleak. I thought I was taking a cut through to the park.
Well, I suggest this should be kept in the front office until we can find an available room.
You find the room and I'll wait here with the suitcase. Isn't that the point of counting it? To make sure none of it goes missing?
Yes, of course.
No offence. Mushy toffee, pocket warmed. Go on, have a knuckle.
No one finds £500,000 and hands it in. It's got to be a scam.
Funny old scam, sir. Finding a suitcase full of cash and bringing it into a police station.
No, well, that's what a scam is, isn't it? It's clever.
But aren't scams usually designed to show a profit?
Well, what if it's his own money?
Why would anyone claim to have found their own money?
Or maybe it's bent. Drugs or illegal gambling or political backhander.
Why bring bent cash into a police station?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't want anybody to know he's got it. Wants somewhere safe to stash it.
We know he's got it. Why not stick it in a security box?
There is another possibility.
What?
With Mr. Cullen. He might be honest. I just had a conference with Mr. Meadows and CID haven't had any reports recently of money being handed in, lost, stolen or otherwise. I suppose it could be drugs money.
Well, I never heard of a drug dealer banking his profit in a police station. Look, if there is anything iffy about this Cullen guy, rest assured I'll find out about it.
That's what I'll be doing.
I don't think Mr. Brownlow will be very pleased to hear you're out and about, sir.
Yes, well, Mr. Brownlow's away on his annual superintendent's get-together. Meanwhile, I think I have the authority to redefine any procedural hurdles.
Sir, if there are any indicators that the money's been stolen, CID should deal with it.
Well, there aren't, are there yet?
Good luck then, sir. Sir, what you say about scams being clever?
Yes?
You cheat at Brain of Britain.
So, Cullen's got no record and he's not lying about his name.
Well, the voters' register confirms his address in Sheffield. It's in a place called Crooks. Pull over there, will you?
Yes, sir.
Well, of course, preparation is everything, rather like cooking. So, pushing the analogous envelope right out to sea, but without wishing to drown it, shall we say that each £50 note is the equivalent of 170 grams, or 6 ounces to the unmetricated, of self-raising flour? And that each of the 20s is the equivalent grammage of, say, caster sugar?
A Victoria sponge.
Yeah, but...
Never mind about the preparation, just cook it. Count it.
Right, well, we are cooking for a regiment here, aren't we? Shall we start with the self-raising flour? Right, 170 grams. 340. 510.
Perfect place to find the suitcase. There's nobody about to see you lose it.
Morning. Ernest Shorter.
This your establishment?
It was a palace when we opened up. Neat, black and yellow striped interior. Made to measure walls. Of course, we had to de-gentrify to get to local trade. Now the lot's coming down when the council makes their mind up.
What about passing trade?
Probably the only thing we done right is passing all the time.
This morning, did a well-dressed man in his 60s driving a Jag come and tell you that he found a suitcase in that doorway over there?
He did, about 9:15.
9:15?
9:15. First customer of the day. Second, if you include the wife. She doesn't pay, of course. He bought a bottle of red, said to me about the case, asked where the nearest police station was and how to get there.
Did you see him arrive and get out the car?
If he drove a Jag, I never saw it. I was busy when the bell went. I came out the back. I was, washing my hair.
Yes, of course. Did you actually see the suitcase?
Oh, yeah. He picked it up and trotted off with it.
Shot it?
Nimbled's a better word. He tucked it under his arm and nimbled away. But that way. Maybe the jag was round the corner. He didn't park out front anyway.
So you might say he didn't seem familiar with the area?
I wouldn't might say it. I would say it. He said he was looking for a rat run.
Shortcut?
He said a rat run. I said, listen, pal, round here they're not afraid of anything. They stroll.
You haven't got an identical twin brother called Bernie?
No, definitely not. And if I had, he'd be no brother of mine.
No. 3 tons, 1,300 weight, 57 pounds and 2.8 ounces. Now, when you come to think about it, that is a fair-sized cake, isn't it?
Good. And what would that be in, say, sterling?
No, it's £499,920 fiscal.
Ah. I have to say it felt like around $500,000 to me.
What, you know what $500,000 feels like, do you?
If you reckon you can taste it.
Sarge, Mr. Cullen might be right. I think in the interest of impartiality, I might have to suggest an independent recount.
Fine.
Fine. I'll go and get PC Rickman.
Colin's done his homework. He's obviously done a recce to find the best place to find the suitcase.
And parked it out of sight from the off-licence so he wouldn't be seen losing it. But if he knows the place, why ask for direction?
Well, to cover himself, he even bought a bottle of wine. He's cunning. But I'm cunning.
Sir, if you suspect Cullen of whatever it is you suspect him of, why don't you just question him?
Because I don't want him to know that I suspect him of whatever it is I suspect him of. We start covering his tracks.
But there's no actual evidence, sir. It's not a crime, to be honest. Yet.
Gary, Cullen is bent. After you drop him off at the station, check with the land registry. Confirm exactly who owns that block. If nothing else, I might be able to stir up a civil action as to the legitimate ownership of that money. Why aren't you with Colin?
Cass Rickman's with him doing a slow count. I'm going back in a minute. How's it going your end?
Suspicions and an unsubstantiated possibility that he could have arrived at the place where he claims to have found the money with it.
I'll be looking at the logical possibilities. Why someone would hand in $500,000.
A, Colin's lying. Money's stolen but hasn't been reported yet, in which case it surely will be.
B, he stole it from thieves who can't report it and he needs somewhere to stash it, which doesn't make sense. C, Cullen's an old man and off his head.
That's D.
C, Cullen found more than $500,000 and kept the rest.
Well, why didn't he keep it all?
Maybe only brought half in, throw us off the scent.
D, Colin's an old man who's off his head. E, these are hieroglyphics. I can't read this.
E, Cullen is telling the truth and he's the most honest man we ever heard of.
Yeah, well, maybe he is honest.
There is an F, sir. Possibility F.
Which is?
That there is a scam, but we're too stupid to work it out.
I'm going for a T.
A good player knows when to cash in his chips and leave the game.
If only I knew what the game was. If you're just about to applaud, I think you're being a bit premature.
It's off the suitcase. I think you're right, sir, about Cullen. I think he's definitely up to something. It's just as yet, it's unrevealed. I took a liberty of running in all stations to see if there was a pattern of money being handed in and then reclaimed.
And?
There wasn't.
So why the change of heart?
Well, because having finished in total up the money, Cullen implied I've got it wrong, giving the impression that he knew how much there should have been. Which, given that he claimed he just found it, not having had time to account it, he couldn't have done.
Off the suitcase, what did you mean?
Well, the lining. It was stuck down.
It's glue. Now, if that case was already packed when he found it, which he claims it was, and this glue was used to repair the lining...
How did he get the glue on him? I mean, he shook my hand. I mean, why didn't I get any on mine?
Because he shook my hand after he got it on his. When he got the case from Matthew in reception. And the glue he used inside the case leaked out to the outside.
Yeah, well, that could have been his mushy toppies. I mean, he did have a big bag of them. They are sticky.
Now, Colin packed that case himself after he found it.
Why couldn't he have found it how he said he did? You know, got the glue on him then from whoever had left it there.
Because that would assume that whoever left it there left it with £500,000 in it.
Well, that is what Cullen is claiming.
Look, when he came into the station with that case, he was struggling. Yet the manager of the off-licence said he nimbled away with it fleet of foot. Between finding it and handing it in, that suitcase got heavier.
Yeah, because it was either too heavy to find or in a neighbourhood like that too risky to leave. And then when Cullen, as he's putting the money into the case, finds it's falling apart, he goes and gets some glue and patches it up. Still, that doesn't tell us why he's claiming he found it, does it? Or to what end?
In 6 hours, I go on a week's leave. If we can't crack Cullen's scam by then, well, I just can't see our superiors surrendering any time or resources to pursue it.
Yeah, but sir, when you get back, you'd have practically 6 months before he's allowed to come in and claim it.
When Cullen leaves this station with that receipt, the heat is off. And so is Cullen. I'll be doing more important things, you know. The occurrence book needs me. Of course, if someone were to come in and claim it, I mean, Cullen would hardly be in a position to dispute it, even if our claimant didn't exist.
A fictitious claimant? That's very clever, sir. And his reaction might be very revealing. I think I know what my mission is now.
Good.
Sir?
What?
If the money actually is Cullen's and he's the only one who knows about it, and if you and I had a mind to, which of course we don't, but knowing where and when the case was found and exactly how much was in it, well, for a greed-driven officer, you know, all supposing he could get his own fictitious claimant on board, well, I mean, quite a scam in itself.
So, listen, I'm not telling you to do anything. All I'm saying is, if you had lost a cheap tartan suitcase in the doorway of Fassard Hairdressing at 8:50 this morning, containing exactly £500,000 in well-used notes, someone's handed it in. All you have to do is come and collect it. Yeah, all right, mate. Cheers. Just pry me a few ears, sir. See if anyone knows what happened to the missing money.
Yeah, that's why I dropped by to ask you not to.
Sir?
Well, you know, I don't want matters complicated by some of your ears being tempted to put a claim on it for themselves.
Whatever you say, sir.
£498,000.
Oh, look at Sergeant Boyden.
Hang on, Reg.
Yeah, well, I'm told that he was
Reg.
gonna be-
No!
Sorry.
No, give me a pen, give me a pen. 480.
Well, wasn't it 1,300 kilograms and 80?
In 2 hours, the only thing anyone's managed to count is the suitcase.
Yeah, well, there is definitely only one of them.
What's up? You haven't.
He has.
Well, Sergeant, the only reason I come in here was to tell you that there's a man at the front desk claiming to have lost a tartan suitcase.
Oh, well. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, well...
What man?
Well, he's a tartan gentleman. Scottish, you know, yeah. By the name of Angus McCann.
Mr. Colin, would you like to take a seat? You start counting again. You out. Reg. Angus McCann?
Sarge, it's a fictitious claimant. It's designed by Mr. Conway in vain to see if Cullen's reaction indicated any guilt.
That's interesting. You seem very blasé.
Yeah, well, Mr. Conway also wanted to buy more time, you know, keep Cullen busied up as long as possible. That is why I deliberately sabotaged the count.
Well, let's keep him waiting then.
There is no puzzle you are unable to unravel. You are in complete control. The world is yours. The world is mine. What the hell's Colin up to? Come in. Yes, that'll be fine, yes, bye.
No one in the block of flats opposite Ernie's off-licence or anything, sir?
What about the Land Registry Office?
Oh, right, well, they gave me this, their copy of the form 104/V11.
Just tell me, will you?
Yeah, so... well, the block was compulsory purchase for redevelopment 6 years ago. Whatever was meant to go up got voted down. The local authority now own the land and, as such, offers no impediment to any item found in an open place.
In other words, it's finders keepers. Yes. Success?
I told Mr. Cullen all about Angus McCann and, well, he didn't bat an eyelid.
Angus?
McCann?
Yes, well, it's a fictional claimant of Scottish ancestry. I created to consolidate your bluff that someone had come in to claim the money. Yes, well, Cullen took it very philosophically. I mean, if anything, his resigned reaction implied a lack of complicity.
Yes, well, that's because he knows nobody else is going to come in and claim it because he's the only one who knows where he found it.
Well, I think, unfortunately, your gambit alerted Cullen to your suspicions and, worse, put him on his guard.
Did you manage to slow down the counting process?
Oh, yes, sir, very effectively. I should think by now word has gone round the entire neck that I'm a complete idiot.
You've got something on your foot.
Oh, yes, sir. May I?
Yes. Lace-up jodhpur boots.
Mushy toffee.
Cullen's historical footwear. They're the same boots as I wore when I was on the beat. It also explains his too informed knowledge of the lost and found procedure. Hazel, yeah, get me the phone number of NARPO, please. Not Narco, NARPO. The National Association of Retired Police Officers.
60, 80. £500,000 exactly, sir.
Done?
Sarge.
Good. That's phase one.
Is phase 2 absolutely necessary?
Afraid so.
Couldn't you just give me a receipt and you take it to the bank?
Sorry, a bank counter's obligatory, as is your attendance.
Cullen, Charles Arthur. South Yorkshire Constabulary. You sure about that? Constable for 31 years? I see. Yeah, thank you. That'll be for me, will it, Paul?
Sir, Charles Cullen's service record.
Yes. Right, retired 87. Highly commended. Numerous citations.
And 3 bravery awards. Must be pretty perspicacious too.
What?
A penetrative mental discernment. Brainy, sir.
Yeah. Founding father of South Yorkshire Constabulary's arm of IQ.
Must be some sort of police mentor.
Just as well I'm investigating then. Edgar Lands. Well.
It really does feel as though you're checking up on me.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, whoever came in to claim his money clearly made a mistake. Angus McCann, Gary's brother.
Sunhill has a particularly aggressive tow zone policy. I just hope that by the time you get back from the bank, you'll be able to afford the clamping fee.
Perhaps I'll just buy another Jag.
We'll see.
Here, Mr. Cullen.
Thank you.
That West Bank via the one-way system.
Right.
So, Cullen's a retired police officer?
Yeah, remained a constable his entire career, 31 years. Which is why he's not going to let that suitcase out of his sight. He knows what can go on in some police stations.
And who's Edgar?
Lands, an unsavoury minor acquaintance. Former Chief Inspector from the South Yorkshire Constabulary. He picked up a citation for bravery on an arrest with Cullen 20 years ago.
Oh, so he's a copper who's now working for the church?
St. Julius of the Vines. Curious choice of rendezvous. He's also a poisonous gossip. If anyone has any filth on Cullen, Edgar Lands is the man who'll be happy to spread it before me, trowel in hand.
Del, good to see you.
I'd prefer Derek.
Derek, good to see you.
You found God, I hadn't realised.
No. Lunchtime shy sharers. Alcoholics Anonymous.
There it is again, Sarge.
Well, we can't park there.
Well, I could always drop you and Mr. Cullen off.
Of course, gridlock, bring London to a standstill. No, let's go round again.
$500,000? That's a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. In a tartan suitcase.
No. If Colin's doing anything illegal, it'll be a first. Apart from that, what's the ramp in handing in something that you've found?
Well, still working on that.
Well, the old approach. First find the criminal, then look around for a crime. 2 coffees. Yes.
Yeah, well, I can assure you there is a crime.
Well, the Colin I know is definitely honest. A man of conscience. Not to mention his terror of Thelma, Charlie's mum.
Terror?
Very moral-minded. Eccentric, bit of a throwback, so I can't see it. Even if he wasn't loaded. If Charlie'd found half a huge, he'd have handed it in.
How loaded?
Well off.
Thelma's money?
He supports her.
Well, how does a big copper of 31 years get to be well off?
In a word, respect. He's involved with the council, moves in all the right municipal circles. He married the mayor's daughter about 25 years ago.
And she had the money?
No, it wasn't anything like that. There was no real money there. They were in love. When he retired, every company south of the Pennines wanted him on their board. He's got directorships of companies producing everything from walk-in baths to hernia trunks, which I'm bound to say are very comfortable. Excellent abdominal support, flesh-coloured, and no-telling panty line.
So he didn't need the money?
And there's his wife's compensation payout as well, about 4 years back. Curiously enough, for the same amount, 500,000.
For what?
She got hit by a private ambulance doing a blue light run. Turned out the driver had a phony licence and hadn't done the advanced driver training. She's been comaed ever since it happened. And since her knockout, Charlie hasn't been averse to taking a drink himself.
Did he come to AA?
Only as a day tripper, but when he got in touch with me to get him to a meeting, he was suicidally depressed.
To do with his wife's accident?
True, I suppose. And guilt over wiping out most of her compensation.
£500,000 on booze?
Well, add to the booze bad investments and a few women. But he's always had this terrible conscience. Never lets go. He tried to kill it off with drink. Then he stopped coming. But he seemed well on top the last time I saw him, about 2 years back. He hasn't got time for a fat pint in a thin glass.
I thought you'd...
No, go. I just drop in for the crack. Makes me feel grateful for the problems I've got.
Serious problems?
I just drink a bit too much, that's all, and I'm nosy. It's just a question of learning the body language and a few well-placed quotes.
Don't forget Eddie.
It's an ism, not a wasm. Tell me about it. See what I mean? I don't know what they're on about either.
This handshake business, AA body language.
Well, it's a recovery tick. Prolonged exposure to 12-step fellowships. That's Nick the Sick. He helps a lot of people. And I do as well, if I can. Like to, especially newcomers, young, good-looking ladies. You have to get in there before they get well.
You prey on vulnerable women? You're just a dirty old man.
You do know Charlie's very intellectually equipped.
Meaning?
Well, bluntly, you aren't. If Charlie is running a scam, you aren't up to cracking it. Up here. And if Charlie's made up his mind to win, come the end of your day, he's going to be striding over you on his way back to Sheffield, a lot richer, with a big fat spring in his step.
Chief Inspector Derek Conway and PC Gary McCann from Sun Hill. We'd like to speak to Mrs. Cullen, please.
Yes.
Is she in?
Wait there.
I thought the whole point of coming here was to use the machine.
You heard what Miss Stenson said. All the notes have to be checked for possible counterfeits, adhesion, and then denominationally segregated. Then they can be bunged in the machine. Assuming it doesn't break down, of course.
Mrs. Colin will see you now. Miss Julie Steele, Mrs. Cullen's home carer and beautician. That's Butch. Naughty, naughty Butch.
Jules, some iced tea for Misters Conway and McCann. And give Butch a chop or two, but not 3. I like to keep my dogs hungry.
Mrs. Cullen, it's purely a matter of routine. I won't take up much of your time.
Thelma.
Oh, Derek.
Gary.
It's so long since I've entertained such a fine crop of crisp blue serge.
It's a simple matter to do
My
with...
beloved son, Charles.
Yeah, I believe he's staying with you over your birthday.
Derek, be a good chief inspector and wind me up. Charles's extravagant birthday present. Who was it said, if music be the food of love, eat on? I think we've eaten enough. I was looking forward to seeing Charles so much, but then he came down for the day 6 weeks ago, and now it's all such an anticlimax.
Charles was here 6 weeks ago.
Business, of course. His sciatica support belts. He endorses them with a dignity inherited from his father, Teddy. Teddy was a jockey. Burley Hurley was his first winner. Teddy was mine. He deferred to my wicked jealousy. I had Burley stuffed. And what about Charles? He's not involved in...
Oh, no, not at all, no.
2 motoring accidents in the same family, the same generation, would be too cruel.
After the accident with Prue.
Charles came to terms with that as best he could. Oh, he drifted into a spend hell, frittering away Prunella's compensation, trying to come to terms with the devastating shock of it. He even... Now, don't you be shocked, Chief Inspector. He even had affairs.
Well, that's hardly surprising.
It was reprehensible and unforgivable. But I did forgive him. Won't you come a little closer?
I'll just pop outside, sir.
You are a former colleague of Charles and have come to wish his mother well upon the twilight of her 87th birthday.
Exactly so.
How kind. Of course, it's a period of Charles's life we never discuss.
The affairs.
And the dreadful debts they promoted. All of Prunella's compensation. All of which, I understand, he has now repaid.
Ah, he's paid them all back, has he?
My son is a man of honor. In the end, his conscience overcame his improprieties. You are asking yourself, why is she telling me all this?
Why are you telling me all this?
Because, Derek, I understand that saints must first be sinners. His remorse sublimated, Charles has now reached the end of his spiritual journey. Alas, I am still at the sinning stage of mine.
Thelma must have been an extremely attractive lady in her day, sir.
Yes, well, now she's an old lady who's reliving her seduction techniques, who fondly remembers stuffing racehorses, who also believes that her son's £500,000 worth of debts have been repaid. But what if they haven't?
Well, that takes us full circle. Again. I mean, if Cullen needed the money to pay off the debts, why bother handing it in?
I should have realised. I mean, I know you told me about that bloke with the case, but you're not from the surveyor's department.
Of course we're not from the council.
I meant the Met's one. Surveyor's department. I heard your lot bought the block. They're, gonna blow it down and put up some workshop.
This block is owned by the council.
Where did you hear that?
Someone who came in. He said the council were gonna flog it on. I might have got it wrong.
Excuse us for a minute.
This land is definitely owned by the council.
But you're wrong.
Yes, but I still got the form, look.
It means...
104/V11.
It means that Cullen found the suitcase on property belonging to the Met, whose finest legal minds will fight tooth and nail to keep all of it. If you're wrong, I suppose I could persuade myself it's some sort of victory. If not an excuse to drown my failure. Ernest!
Governor.
Bottle of your finest champagne, please.
If you do get Cullen tied up in a courtroom, we're still going to be none the wiser.
Ooh, stay on, you little devil.
Wiser about what?
About what his scam actually is, if there is one.
A bottle of the finest. £6.31. We're right out of the cheap stuff.
Where's the fancy paper?
That's how we keep the prices down. No fancy paper.
A bottle of wine in Cullen's car was wrapped in quality paper.
So he didn't buy it at earnings?
He bought a bottle of wine to validate his story. Must have chucked it. The idea of drinking it obviously didn't appeal.
So if he had the decent stuff on him before he arrived here, his reason for being here wasn't to drop in on the off-licence,
but simply to find a tartan suitcase.
Exactly £500,000.
Right. Once more for luck. For reasons of mathematical integrity. If the two counts tally, we'll go back and get your receipt.
Rampling Road E1. Well, you want me to print another of these?
Just confirm that what's on that one's correct.
What exactly?
Who owns the land?
The local authority. Oops. Mr. French has put a flag up. Ah.
Ah, what?
This V11's wrong. Not when he gave it to you. Apparently, yesterday, we received an AP1 registering the transference of ownership from the Estate Surveyor's Office, confirming a new owner.
Who is?
You. The Metropolitan Police Service. It's been flagged for amendment to incorporate...
What was the date of the transfer?
4 weeks ago. In principle, planning permission has been granted for the construction of a stolen vehicle recovery workshop.
Thank you.
Why is Rampling Road so popular?
Is it?
I remember someone else asking about it.
Who?
Him. Just now, obviously.
Who else?
A very well-dressed older man, about 6 weeks ago. The V11 copies cost £7. He gave me a £10 note and said, I'll never forget, he said, keep the change.
You can see me spending my entire week's leave trying to work out Colin's scam and failing.
Well, at least you can dispute ownership, sir.
Guerrilla policing at best. At worst, the personal humiliation of non-deduction. And I spent twice my £3.71 tax rebate.
Mr. Cullen will need his receipt, sir.
And then I'll be off.
Tax. Annual gross of 45,000 minus 11% pension deductions.
Sir?
Just under 40%. Matthew!
Sir?
Could you just give me 10 minutes, please? And if Mr. Cullen wouldn't mind waiting, I'd like to present him with his receipt myself. I see. That much. You've been exceptionally helpful. Thank you very much. If you could just sign opposite the entry.
Time it's taken you to count this, I could have earned it.
And this one's for you. A moment before you go.
You've already had 5 hours of them.
I have reason to believe that a legal dispute will arise as to the ownership of the money.
And I believe it was found on land owned by the local authority.
Alas, the deeds of ownership were transferred over 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks after you visited the Land Registry Office.
To whom?
The Metropolitan Police Service. And I can assure you that they will fight tooth and nail to keep it.
Tell me exactly, what is it you believe I've done wrong?
In court.
There's no sense to it, is there? I mean, why on earth would I claim to have found £500,000 if I hadn't?
Or perhaps the money's yours.
Which is ludicrous. It makes no sense. Which, even if it was, might make me eccentric, hardly criminal.
Well, that depends on the source of the money. Do you really want to throw away 31 years of unblemished rectitude for the sake of one highly publicized error? Conscience and honor.
How much do you know?
You first.
I think you better put that in your superintendent's safe.
Do you fancy a drink?
It was Prunella's, my wife's, compensation money. I went off the rails with it.
Exactly £500,000.
The accident, the coma, took her from me. I lost the lot, apart from 25 grand. Lousy investments.
Not forgetting the philandering and the drinks bill.
The self-pity took hold. Brakes were off. I simply started the car, and this is where it drove me.
Cars don't drive themselves.
No. I'm on the board of a lot of companies. Directorships, advising. Heard of Easy Chair?
Ah, the electrical adjustable recliner.
That's me in the adverts. Reclining after a successful 31-year career walking the beat. I needed to repay what I'd run up. If I'd gone bankrupt, I'd have wrecked a lot of other people's lives as well. I took the last 25,000 of Prue's money and invested it. This time without the gamble factor.
Tell me it wasn't drugs.
Legal drugs. Offshore tobacco products. Reinvesting till I'd got exactly 500,000 back. No more, no less.
And by claiming to have found the money, you saved yourself just over £200,000 because there's no tax payable on found money.
And no national insurance contributions either. That was the icing. But of course, icing's no good without the cake.
Of course. The cake.
The debts I'd run up were on the books. So the repayments had to be as well. The problem was how to legitimately account for the cash. Wash it.
And what better way than to get the police to launder it for you?
as well as consolidating the honest Joe image by bringing it in.
This bottle of wine you left in the car, the one you claim to have bought at the off-licence?
You obviously know your wine. You realise that an off-licence in Rambling Road would never sell a bottle of 94 Chateau Sertan de May.
Of course.
It's my shout. Seeing as how I've been thoroughly trumped by a superior brain. You know, I could deny everything, leaving you with only supposition. I could even defend any court case the MPS might take against me. But don't forget, I'm a former highly respected police officer, held in the highest municipal regard.
Yes, and that's why you won't drag it through the courts. Because I'd take a ruthless pleasure in making sure all your indiscretions were very highly aired.
Ruthless?
Your reputation would be in tatters. Anyway, what would your mother say?
You've spoken with Thelma?
But don't worry, your sainthood is preserved as far as she's concerned, as things currently stand.
How do things currently stand?
I don't think you'd survive the indignity of an arrest. So, in 6 months' time, when you've been notified that nobody's claimed the money, it would be a very honourable gesture to donate it.
All of it?
And when I've heard the offer's been made, and the offer is hermetically sealed against retraction, well, then I'd consider our conversation never took place.
That seems very fair. The only seal I can give you is my word.
I think that'll be good enough. In 31 years as a constable, weren't you ever tempted by career advancement?
Not ever seriously. I knew my strength lay in the field, eye to eye, away from the front line of politics and paperwork. Nearly 2 years on the wagon, and I was going to drink this to celebrate. Either you hang on to it, or it gets dropped in the gutter if you try and pass it back. It's the last one. I'd like you to eat it. I must say it's been a somewhat tense pleasure being outmaneuvered by your detectional persistence.
The pleasure of thwarting you was all mine.
Your mental faculties have returned to their razor-sharp incisiveness. You are wholly stimulated. Your interesting world awaits.